What is going on, everybody? Total Average Gamer here, back with another video. Today I'm going to be ranking every WWE game. As you see, I'm pretty sure this is all of them. Probably a few of them are missing, like the NWO Mayhem. You know, I played every one of these games on the list. Okay, starting off, Here Comes the Pain and No Mercy in top tier. Those are top tier games. So now every other game that I rate is going to be, keeping in mind that these two games are the top. And also, you know, where this is going, 2K20 has to be at the bottom. I play every WWE every year since Day of Reckoning. And I played all these games before, but I mean, like, games that I've owned myself was since Day of Reckoning. And wow, I realized that the Wrestlemania Series isn't on here. Oh, well, I guess I'll add my own picture in there after. The Wrestlemania Series, I mean by Wrestlemania 18 and Wrestlemania 19 for GameCube. I play every WWE game from, you know, each year, ever since Day of Reckoning released, and then Day of Reckoning 2, and then I had to get a Xbox to play, you know, the Smackdown versus Raws and all that, or PlayStation, I'm sorry, PlayStation 3 I had. Without any further ado, let's get into it. I just realized that my camera over here is in the way, so I'm going to go ahead and move that. WWE 12 was very good. It was one of my favorite games because coming from SmackDown vs. Raw, I mean, I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for this, but I didn't like the SmackDown vs. Raw series. Never did. I didn't like the controls. I didn't like the way the characters moved. I didn't like that you had to kick your opponent to get him into a position to do a finisher. I didn't like that at all. I liked the out-of-nowhere finishers and stuff that was in all the other games. You know, like I said, Day of Reckoning was the games that I grew up on and I loved. So this felt more like Day of Reckoning for me. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in the A tier. I think it was that good. And WWE 13 is, again, one of my favorite games of all time. I think that game was phenomenal. So I'm going to go ahead and put WWE 13 in the S tier. 2K14 was a very good game also. I love how they had all those WrestleManias. A lot of different attires for The Undertaker, which is my favorite wrestler. I even have my Call of Duty name as The Undertaker. 2K14 I have to put in B tier for sure. I love the B13, man. It's all about the Attitude Era, and I love the Attitude Era. It's my favorite era of wrestling ever. 2K15, how do I rate this game right now? I wouldn't say it's the worst. I wouldn't put it in the F category, but you know, I didn't like I love the graphics, don't get me wrong. That's what I liked a lot about it. The gameplay was very slow, which I also loved about it because, you know, it felt new, it felt different. The roster was very disappointing, especially coming from 2K14. I'm going to have to go ahead and put this game in the D category. Wasn't the worst, wasn't the best, that's for sure. 2K16, it was a little better. I'm going to leave it in the D category. 2K17 I liked a lot. One of my favorite for some reason, I don't know why. But I liked it a lot, so I'm going to put that in the C category. 2K18 I also liked a lot. I'll leave that in the C category. Now, 2K19. I love this game. I truly do. But for some reason, I don't know if most of you would feel the way I feel, but for some reason, it just doesn't have that much of a, you know, replay factor for me. I mean, Day of Reckoning, I used to play that game all day long, every day, for years. And then even when Day of Reckoning 2 came out, I still played that game for years. I mean, I still play part 1 is what I'm trying to say. Like I was saying about 2K19 is that it didn't have that much replay value for me. Like, till today, like, even with all my mods, I'll put on the game and I'll sit there and create a character for hours. And then next thing you know, I'm just sitting in the menus, watching entrances, and that's it. It looks amazing. I mean, it's beautiful. I would say, though, that 2K17 looked better. If you don't believe me, watch Goldberg's entrance from 2K17. Okay, so I went on to rant that the lighting is better in 2K17, but I totally got it wrong. It is, in fact, 2K18 with the better lighting. So everything I say about 2K17's lighting, just take it as 2K18. And then watch it from 2K19. You'll see a drastic difference. You see how much more realistic the Goldberg's entrance looks. If you watch it, just hold the phone a little further away. For me, I have glasses. So what I do is I take off the glasses and watch that video, the Goldberg's entrance in 2K17. Without the glasses on, it looks like you're actually watching live Raw. It looks amazing. And then in 2K19 or 2K18, let's say, they messed up with the lighting. The lighting it's still great. I mean, I love the lighting in these games, but it's just weird how it's more blocky now. You can tell straight up it's a game. You put the glasses off, you put the phone real far away, you can tell this is a game. You get what I mean? Gameplay wise, I love. Well, I won't say I love, but I like the gameplay. I wish it was a little slower. It's a little too fast for me, and that's one thing I loved about 2K15 is that the gameplay was very slow and they made it more realistic. And you know, when you hit your finisher, it felt like you hit your finisher. So, final rating for this game, B category. It's not the best, it's not the worst. It's better than all the other 2K games. So let's go with WWE All-Stars. I played this game a little bit. I really enjoyed it. It was fun, but I don't know, the fun factor kind of died down afterwards for me. So I'm going to give this in the E category. Day of Reckoning. This series, the Day of Reckoning series, by far my favorite wrestling series in gaming. I don't know why. I mean, a lot of people didn't really like them too much, but for me, they were the best. I have a GameCube emulator on my computer, and I still play these games. And I'm telling you, they are by far the best. So these two games, me personally, a lot of people are going to disagree with this, but I put it right up there with No Mercy and Smackdown and Here Comes the Pain, WWE 13. These games are phenomenal for me. The first Raw game, very good. Loved it a lot. Grew up playing it with my brother. I really loved it a lot. But it could have been better. So I'm going to leave this in the D category. I think that's correct the way it is right now. Raw 2, I love this game to death. I love the way that you could have done those random stories and all that. Like, it was kind of like a create your own story, but I forgot the name of it. But me and my brothers used to stay up all night playing this thing, and we really loved it. You know, it really was one of the best games for me. I love the gameplay. I love that. You see how, I don't know if anybody really played this game, but I played it a lot. You see how WWE 2K19 and 18, 17, they all had that creation suite now that you can edit any wrestler's outfits and put them on different masks, put them on different hats and all that. This is the first game you could have done that. Well, No Mercy was the first game you could have done that in, but this was one of the first games also. This you could have done a lot of customizations to the characters you couldn't do in any other game afterward. You know what I mean? And then that's one thing I loved about the SmackDown vs. Raw games too, is that they, introduced the Superstar Threads. That's what it was called. I love that. That was a great feature, but you're not going to beat the way it is in 2K19 and all that, where you can just edit their outfits totally, put them on a suit if you want, put them on a bunny costume, you can do anything. Nwo WCW Revenge, I didn't really play this game too much, so I can't really rate it. I'm going to leave that there. And same thing with the World Tour that says, I can't see anything. WCW, NWO, didn't play it. WrestleMania, the arcade game, let's put that real quick. I love this game. I mean, I played it a lot on emulators, so I can't say that it's bad. I can't say that it's really good. So I'm going to leave it in the E category with All-Stars. I like it a lot. Smackdown 2, what a game. What a game. It was amazing for me. The graphics were phenomenal for me personally back in the day. I was like, wow, this looks like you're really watching wrestling back then. So I'm going to have to put this in the C category. Just Bring It, also C category. Original Smackdown, also C category. Now shut your mouth. Man, I love this game. This game, the most I can remember about it, most memorable moment for me is that you had the option to unlock Kurt Angle's theme, and the crowd actually chants, "You suck," and that was just amazing for me, my brothers. So I'm gonna put that in the A category because I love that game to death. SmackDown vs. Raw 2006. Even though I don't like this entire series, I have to admit, SmackDown vs. Raw 2006 was a very, very good game. So I'm gonna put that with Raw 2. Or no, I don't think it's 2K19 material for me. I'm gonna put it down here. 2007. Now, I didn't play this game too much. I played it a good amount of time, but I didn't play it too much. I'm gonna put it in the D category. I didn't like it that much. 2008, I liked a lot. not too much, same thing. So I'm gonna put that here. 2009, I loved, because I'll tell you what happened with 2009. So my PS3 broke and had the yellow light of death, and that really sucked. And I had no console to play, so I got back into WWE, and I stopped for a long time. I still play the games though. Like right now, I'm not watching WWE at all, but I still play the games all the time. Like I really can't wait for 2K21. But anyway, back to the story. I didn't have a console. I got back into wrestling, and I really couldn't wait to get my PS3 back to play these games. You know, play some of these wrestling games. So I went and I bought 2010, 2011, 2009, and I don't know why, but for some reason 2009 just stood with me, and that was the game that I played the most. So 2009, I'm gonna put it with these games because I played that game a lot. 2010, so that's got to go in my C category. 2011 was a great game, also going in my C category. Now, WrestleMania 2000, didn't play it that much, so I'm not gonna rate it. Leave it right there. SmackDown versus Raw, I have to agree, this one was pretty good. It was great. I played with my brother a lot. I loved how you could have unlocked the characters. It was very different than it is now. So I'm going to leave that right there. And then as for the WrestleMania series, which I'm going to be adding, like I said, with video effects. I'm going to be doing that. That's what you'll see. But I'm going to put WrestleMania 19 right here in the S tier. One of my favorite wrestling games of all time. Even like go back maybe 6 years ago, 7 years ago, I still would play that game, you know, all night. I love that game so much. And then WrestleMania 18, I would have to leave it in the B category. Also, another game a lot of people don't know about is their Xbox made a game called Smackdown. Not Smackdown. WrestleMania 20. It was the worst game. I won't say the worst wrestling game. I'm going to say it was the worst game I have ever played, period. It was garbage, horrible, and it doesn't even deserve to be on the F tier. There should be another tier here that I can put it on. But I'm going to leave it on the F tier. You see it in the video editing. That game was complete trash. But there you have it. That's my list of my best and worst WWE games of all time. Let me know if you agree. Let me know what games you like. Let me know maybe there's a game on here that I didn't cover that's not on the list. And maybe it's one of your favorite games. But please leave a like. Please comment, subscribe. It would mean a lot to me. Also, if you check out my other video, I will make you a YouTube intro song. I will not charge you $1. All I want is a shout out on your Instagram, a shout out on your Twitter page, and a shout out in your YouTube video the first time you use it to say, hey, shout out to this guy making me this awesome theme or awesome song or whatever, intro song. And then one more question I ask, one more favor, is that whenever you use the sound in the video, just leave me a little brief, you know, section saying that I made the song, that check out my channel. That would be excellent. Thank you very much. You have a good one. Bye-bye.